Welcome back, everybody, to the podcast.
Woo!
Yep, we're here today to bring you another episode of nonstop entertainment and chatting and just conversation. Yeah. So, welcome again to the show. This time, we're going to talk about Destiny, a video game that Angela and I have played for a long time.
Ever
Played
since,
the beta of Destiny 1. Yeah.
yeah.
And so we're just going to talk about the experience that we've had playing the game and like whether or not, we've been kind of back and forth with playing Destiny 2, but we just like to do an episode dedicated to it just because it was just so much fun, I think. And one of those games.
I don't think Destiny 2 was like, it just, I felt like Destiny 2 and Destiny 1 was more like copy paste, so that's fine. That's how it has to be because it's the second. But I feel like it just, the people that we used to play with is not there anymore. Because
so the people that we used to play with, are you talking about like our actual local friends and people we played with frequently, or people we would find on LFG that were chill and we would just
No, LFG is fine. Like you just have to go looking for them. But like the local players that we used to play, with a lot more, or they don't play anymore. Like they haven't played over since Destiny 1 or maybe the first couple of weeks of Destiny 2. Like we still play. We play minimum once a week, if anything.
Yeah.
Like I still enjoy it. I like playing it because the whole point of playing with other people is better than just playing by yourself. Like don't get me wrong, they're great single player games, but Destiny just like has that soul connection of shooting, doing quests, doing raids, doing everything. Basically,
doing strikes, gambit,
exactly.
All sorts of activities.
It's a limited amount, but so much stuff to do besides just the kind of like quests-esque of it.
Yeah.
And you can do it with friends.
In year 1, it had the problem of not having enough like end game content. And especially because you didn't need to do the raids to reach max power level, right?
Yeah.
So like people just didn't even raid because they were like, well, I can get to max power level without it, and it's hard enough to get a group together to do it because there wasn't as much of a player base for Destiny 2 as there was in D1, because the population of people who were playing for Destiny 1 like dropped off hard within the first 2 months. Yeah. So that's why a lot of people weren't even, finishing the raids. And it's different now. Like Destiny 2 after Forsaken came out, like complete turnaround, just like Destiny 1 with the Taken King. Like when Taken King came out, it just became that much better of a game. Now I'm gonna be honest, and I might get some flack for it, but I thought Destiny 1 year wasn't that bad. I think, like, Crota was really good. I did enjoy Prison of Elders, and yeah, I had a good time with it. But a lot of people say that the Taken King was really what really made Destiny a great game. And I'll agree, new subclasses, more weapons, advancement and all of that is great. And the Oryx campaign as a whole was awesome, I think.
Like the storylines, I think that's probably why it came so great. And then plus it's like the grind was a little bit better. It's like, I think they implement like, after the storyline, you got up to, let's just say, I think like 300 max. Right. Then if you did the strikes, then you were able to start doing the strikes, and then the nightfall, then the raid. But you couldn't, like, if you didn't do the raid, the grind became 10 times harder. Like you could still get the max light, but it's just like the better stuff is in the raid, and you have to do it.
Wait, so they did that in D1? Because I thought D1 always had raid gear above, like, all other gear.
Well, I think in the Taken King, that's when they start. I felt like that's where they started, because I did Crota. Prison of Elders we did because we only needed 3, which I enjoyed more.
Yeah.
Because it
was me, you, and Ryan.
Exactly.
And yeah, it was fun.
And CJ, whoever we needed to jump in.
Yeah.
6, it would be me, you, CJ, and Ryan. That's 4, so we needed 2 more. So sometimes we got lucky with these LG members, but then the other times they're just like, they're huge dicks.
To be blunt, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
A lot of people require that you have an emblem proving that you completed it already, or like if you don't demonstrate that you know every single encounter right away, they'll just leave without saying anything.
Like I
Uh,
understand having like a shepherd for the first like two, and they're
yeah,
like, "Hey, this is what I did. This is what I did," and then like basically like every single thing, like kind of question what you did because since you're new, fine,
right.
pass, no problem. But after you have done it in a while, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do this because I've done it 10 million times. Why can't you do it?" No one gives a flying fuck.
Right. I think a huge issue. I mean, it's not an easy problem, and I actually read a fully fledged like written article about Destiny's raid problem, which is you can't really do matchmaking for raids because people who know how to do the raids really well only want to run it with their friends who they've done it with really well because they want to bang it out in 35 45 minutes on all three characters, and then they don't want to raid anymore the rest of the week. And if there are some players who are willing to Sherpa, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they can't get a group of people together who are willing to wait for other people to learn, you know.
Yeah, but like also it could be, but it's like I feel like so with the matchmaking, right? I think that was a great idea when they introduced it, or they wanted to introduce. They introduced it, right? The
Well, they
matchmaking,
have
right?
something like it now. Yeah, and they like what the article said. Their argument was like maybe they should give an extra reward to people who are Sherpas of raids, right? Like if they give them an extra powerful drop, or if they give them like an emblem for a certain amount of raid completions with a group, right? Like 50 raid completions, they get like a
Yeah.
emblem. That'd be cool. But
Um, but like matchmaking was made it a lot easier for like people like us that we had four and we wanted to do it to other people. Yeah, you get that, but that's matchmaking. You don't know what you're gonna get,
yeah,
right?
yeah, like LFG. Yeah.
But
Well,
it's
what a lot of
two.
people do now. Sorry, go ahead.
But you get, let's just say we have four and we get two other people.
Uh-huh.
Getting two other people, they could be fucking. Sorry for my French. It's just I think it's just trying to just driving it. Um, so if we get two people and they're fantastic, one, two, three, we had the same group. We don't have to matchmake anymore.
Right, yeah. I mean, I added people after a successful raid. Like I
Exactly.
always tried to be like, "Hey man, if you're ever looking for people to play with, I'm
Yeah.
down." You know, like
Yeah.
you've seen us play through the raid and you know that we can complete it, so we'd love to do it again with you. But
But
then
then what happened
we didn't
was,
I think we didn't play consistently like every weekend and we didn't hit them up, right? Like I think that's what it needs to be. Like
oh
if
no,
you want to complete the raid, you have to be like, "Yo, let's do the
especially
raid."
especially with random people, that there's always a consistency of being like, hey, let's do this raid. Hey, and we try to do that. We did try, but the problem was that we had so many unsuccessful attempts on like we'll be stuck for one thing in for 3 hours or an hour or whatever. I'm just saying,
Mm.
but like, and
Yeah, and
it's
those
just like,
5 hour raids, man, like they just turned me off to raiding. Cause like you
don't
don't
get me
really
wrong,
you get
I
like
could
two, three
just
rewards.
sequester myself and just play games the whole day. But when you're trying to do something for 5 hours and you know you can do it, just one person mess up or you messed up, and it's like, can we just like do strikes? Like we know how to
Yeah.
do this. It's just
Right, yeah, yeah.
easy.
Well,
Sometimes like I want to go.
the worst thing was like when you're consistent and you're doing well and it's somebody else who's messing up, but then they start doing well and you fuck up just one random thing. Like you mess up a mechanic, like, oh, I died, you know, but
Mhm.
you gotta wipe and then reset. So but that feeling of satisfaction when you complete an encounter or especially the entire raid, yeah,
Oh,
that's
quick
great.
too.
Yeah, yeah, and that for me, I did a really quick Leviathan raid recently, and yeah, they were getting upset at me because I hadn't done the Leviathan raid in like a year at
Oh,
least.
you did one?
Yeah, I did one like 2 weeks ago, and I got the exact reward I wanted, so I was really happy. But like they were getting pissed off at me because I didn't know what I was doing, and like you know they were like, "Oh, I said before you joined the LFG, like you're supposed to know what to do and all this stuff." I'm like, "Bro, come on! I did it a year ago. If you just tell me what to do again, I'll figure it out really quick." And to be fair, they weren't that upset, but they were upset that we didn't complete it like without any single wipes. You know, um,
I
not that
never
they were
did.
going for anything, but yeah.
I never did the Leviathan raid. I still have a
I
bunch
don't
of
think
quests.
I don't think you would have enjoyed it, especially at the time, because like I said, a lot of people weren't playing Destiny 2 because all of the good stuff at the end of D1 wasn't included in the beginning of D2. And the whole thing with Activision and Bungie, where Activision was trying to milk the money out of Destiny 2 with microtransactions and making everything that looks good come out of the Eververse store, which some people still have a problem with, but hey, that's kind of how games are being financed now. It's like like Fortnite. People buy skins and all that stuff.
Well,
the game's free to play.
exactly.
So.
Well, the game is free to play. The pure money is these transactions.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Destiny. I think
It helps.
Destiny is like they release the base game. Like it's gonna be free to play now, Angelo, but only up until Forsaken. So you have to buy Forsaken. You have to buy the other two, Black Armory and Season of the Gambit or Season of the Drifter and whatever. Everything after that. I have the annual pass up until Shadowkeep, right? So I have everything right now. But then come September, I think they postponed it to October. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
Fairly soon.
Yeah, fairly soon. Shadowkeep's coming out, and I think that's gonna be. I don't know how much it's gonna be, but I know it's not gonna be as much as a base game like 60, 70. I know it's
probably gonna be like 30, 40.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like $40. And then of course you can prepay for the content that comes after that. But yeah, it's gonna be free to play up until Forsaken. So like Curse of Osiris, that's gonna be free.
So basically, what we have invested.
Yeah, but it's like content that isn't even playable now.
Well, yeah, no, they won't any money. Yeah,
the armor is like useless, and the weapons that come from those seasons are generally bad.
Those not to say that they're the armor sets. I didn't really care. Like I didn't like like those people. Like I know you were like this too, or you still are like this.
I am still like this, dude. I have my custom sets.
You have your custom sets. Like me, it's like, oh, this is the highest light. Great.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm good.
Well, the thing is, what I would do is I would try to hit highest light for the season that I was on, and then start customizing and saying like, oh, I liked how this piece looks, so let me infuse and whatever. But the thing is, at this point, like it took me so long to get to 750. In fact, I think I just reached 750 very recently, like 3 weeks ago, maybe. And then now I'm starting to infuse, the high pieces into pieces that I want to be using. But Shadowkeep coming out, Armor 2.0, they're revamping the whole armor system. So a lot of the armor, or most, if not all of the armor I have now, is going to be gone.
Like if they were being like, if they did, sorry to cut you off, like if they made it into the sense of they took the light away just from the armor and just actually made it like skill sets or sets for each one, and you have to get like shards to upgrade it for like each armor has certain abilities. And let's just say for purple has like 4, for exotic has 5, and then you have to get certain like shards, like the legendary shards or whatever, to get and then buy those abilities, and you have it maxed out. Then you are set, and just make the guns have the light, so on how strong they are.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that though, because with Armor 2.0, they did a VDoc, like a video documentary of what they're releasing with Shadowkeep. In Armor 2.0, they have like basically trees. You remember how in D1 you could like press the pause menu and go to your character and change like your aspects, which would change how much intelligence and discipline and I forget the last one.
Charisma.
Strength. Charisma. Anyway, but they're kind of doing that with armor sets now, where armor pieces like, you get an armor piece and it's higher resistance to arc, or higher resistance to solar, or whatever. But then also stuff like impact induction or.
No, I'm just that like have that without the light.
Without the light, yeah. So they're doing that.
Oh, so like no more light.
So it's not no more light. They're basically disconnecting, like you can have the perks you want, and then you can change the cosmetic of the armor to whatever armor you want.
That's fine.
That's what they're doing now.
But like I just like that like constant grind. Like, oh, I need more light. I need higher light so I can do X, Y, Z. like take away the light, make it more user fun, not like make it into a 9 to 5 job. And so it's like, oh, I need to get this. Okay, I am doing the
But that's
raid.
what people want. That's what
I
people want out of Destiny.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Like you're right with that. It's just I like for me, it's like if we get back to it, then I'll be okay with it.
Well,
Like,
the thing is, like, Destiny has another difficult problem, which is maintaining a balance of, do we make it easier for the casual people to get better weapons, get better gear, and get to like the cap quicker, or do we make it for the hardcore players who are looking for every single chance they get to get randomized loot and lots of activities, lots of different ways to level up and make the grind harder,
mhm.
and it is hard to set a balance there. But the thing is like, as much as I would love to spend hours and hours playing your video game, Bungie, I have a 9 to 5 job, or more than that, and I'm also doing this podcast, and I'm also doing other stuff with my life.
We're
And
busy.
yeah,
But
we're
like,
busy.
we can't put another thing into another 9 to 5 job on top of it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
Like,
just the physical limitations of time.
mm-hmm.
So, but and something that upsets me is that like hardcore. I used to be a hardcore gamer too. Like I would play Destiny for hours on end because I had the time. And then now that I don't, like, all right, whatever. I don't play as much, but I still enjoy it. Still enjoy it. I still want to play it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to go through the hassle of going through LFG sites and having the whole process of going through a raid and finishing the raid take 5 to 6 hours.
Exactly.
It's just not worth it. Like I just play other activities, in the game. What I'm trying to get at here is that the hardcore players can't really be that upset at the casual players, because if all the casual players leave, then their lobbies are going to be empty. Who's going to be there to play Crucible with them? Like they're going to end up queuing for like double digits of minutes, and they're just not going to have enough players to play with.
Though it won't. I feel like I agree with you. Like not enough players, but like it all depends on what time. Like it's not like only 10 players are gonna be playing. Like they're gonna still be, but the number will drop.
But it's also going to be hard to get your friends to play Destiny, right? Like the people who are hardcore into Destiny, they want to play Destiny, but then none of their friends are convinced that like it's worth it for their time. Then they'll end up not playing too.
Like basically, for example, for our friends, me and you, constantly. So now we drop to basically once a week or whatever, twice a week if we're lucky. Ryan doesn't play anymore. Last time, when was Ryan played?
Yeah, I mean, but he's trying to like turn his
when he has
and, like, he shouldn't.
CJ.
I'm
CJ doesn't play it.
Yeah, he doesn't. But he has legitimate reasons. Yeah.
Ethan played that one day, and he like played from 9 o'clock in the morning to 5, and he was like right next to me playing. Like we just had 2 TVs split, not even split screen, like 2 TVs, 2 systems. We played next to each other. Like I helped him out, whatever, talk, bullshit, had fun, and then he's like, "Okay, I'm done." I was like, "What?" I play this all the time.
Yeah, I know.
And then like I'm done with the game. He's just like he's not like done like with the campaign or whatever. It's like just done playing. I'm like,
right.
I love this just because like I could play with you. Like what? Just didn't seem interested in him. I was like, okay.
Right.
But like I'm just like what I liked about Destiny so much. It was that interaction of other players, like the tower being full with X amount of people. You're able to find new people to play with or play with your friends. It was able to play with your friends, not like normally I play like FIFA and other games, but not as much. But like Destiny was like kind of like with the S of like Halo, in the sense of like just like the outer space world, the game, like the mechanic of the games, and
it was fun because it was like a virtual platform for you to join your friends on galactic space
MMORPG. And then that's really what I liked. It's just like the aspect of playing that, let alone the guns, the different kind of enemies, like the effort that Bungie and Activision use to make this game to what it is today.
Mhm.
Um, I really did enjoy it. Like, even the guns. Like, I really love. What was the best guns I liked? I had a weird energy weapon though, but my first like top gun's Midas multi tool, the staple
Okay.
gun.
The Meta multi tool. Yeah, yeah. They still have that now, but the thing is,
Wait, the scout
Scout
rifle.
rifles are not in a good place right now.
Yeah, I know. They
But
always change it.
I'm using one. I forget the name of it in Destiny 2 right now. It's high impact, high range with
Hmm.
low stability. It is nice because it's got high caliber rounds, so
Yeah.
it like messes people up, like they just flinch. And
Mm.
I'll be ending snipers. Like once in a while they'll get a shot on me, but if I'm
Oh,
hard scoping a lane, it's just boom, 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 dead. There's 3 shots, and it's full auto, so I just hold it and they're out. It's great on long range maps.
well, that's why I love uh, scout rifles because it was if it was a little bit fast, like full auto, or just a little bit, like you could press it fast enough
Hmm.
that to the point that you could the range from snipers that will have you, you could be still out in the open and protect yourself because of you were able to reach people at a distance.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and I like that because I was really good with the precisions, even with hand cannons too. I love hand cannons, but the range was not there.
yeah.
If I really wanted to
Unless
go,
we
I
were
would
using
go
like
hand
Hawkmoon,
cannon.
you
Yeah,
know,
Hawk
Hawkmoon.
Moon. Like I really, the range in the last word wasn't great, but still, it was so good. Um,
It was a good weapon.
I
Still
really,
is. A lot of
yeah.
people using Crucible right now.
Hmm. But like now, like I would like if they set everything back and just like I said, like take away the light and just use what guns you preference and basically just make the tree longer or whatever you need to modify it, you can modify it.
Mm.
Um, basically just have it. I just use Meta. Um, well now it would be Euro Gift, that auto rifle. I really do like.
Yeah, that was year one really good, but now
Yeah,
auto rifles are not that great.
exactly. And then I now I know they nerfed it, but I still like it because the work that I had to do to play Crota, and I hated it because I didn't like Raid in the beginning because oh everything is like okay, who's the best person to do this task?
It was always
Granted,
me.
well for Crota at the end, yes,
Right, yeah. It
for
was
the
funny
whole
though, because Ryan was always adamant, like, no, Warlock can't do it. Warlock can't use the sword against Crota. And I literally went on my Warlock just to show him. Uh,
and the constant battle that we had, but we actually
yeah.
got Galahorn near to the end when it made it a little bit easier, and Galahorn.
Yes.
But that's would be my last weapon, my power weapon, the Galahorn, because
Yep.
oh, excuse me, of the cluster bombs after when they introduced that was ugh.
Yeah, I mean, Galahorn is just one of the best rocket launchers, if not the best rocket launcher in Destiny 1. And just so much fun to use,
Mm,
so powerful. I remember I did Prison of Elders, like the highest challenge that you could do with
mm-hmm,
Ryan the first week that it came out. And the first week it came out, there was solar burn on. So the final boss, we would just like we had a Titan bubble that gave us like heavy ammunition, and so we just jump up, shoot a rocket, back into the bubble, jump up, shoot a rocket, back in the bubble.
mm-hmm.
So, and we would melt the boss like that. It took a couple tries, but we eventually got it.
Oh yeah, but like when you still have Galahorn, it does a lot of damage in the beginning, the impact, and then the cluster bombs added more, and then the
Yeah.
burn. Like those are my top three guns that I would use in like one of each, like the three my loadout. If take away light or everything was like 750. If everything was 750 and I had to choose those three. But
Well, it's too bad Galahorn isn't in Destiny 2, but we do have Truth.
Truth is still good. Don't get me wrong with the void like vortex grenade at the end. Um, but I start do like in the bows. I love that they introduced that. Um, and I thought they were gonna be a little bit more realistic, but I'm not upset with that. That's actually a good thing. They're not as realistic
Mm.
in the sense of like ammunition. Like you have unlimited bows, like unlimited arrows, and like I thought like the reload will be like really really slow.
Yeah.
But
I think in PvE it's easy to use, yeah.
Mhm.
But PvP bows are very difficult to use.
Yes, but if you know how to use the bow in PvP,
Yeah, you can destroy people like with Le Monarch, or if you get a good drop on the Subtle Calamity,
mm-hmm.
yeah, because increased draw time or well, better draw time, so
Yeah.
it decreases the time.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it all depends on that, like with the user in that, in a sense. I actually had a random question. See if you do you know this? What happened with the? You remember when we had like New Monarchy, Fusion, War Cult, those three things? What happened to them? They just
Yeah,
like
so the faction rallies, I mean, they had them
freshly.
in the first year of D2,
Mm-hmm.
just like in Destiny 1. But I don't know. I mean, Bungie decided to no longer do faction rallies. I mean, not since for Forsaken have they even done it. And I
That's what I'm
think,
saying. Like they took it out for a while. I just didn't know why. I didn't even care to ask, but
you know, to be honest, I've never looked into why. Like, you know, I'm sure
okay.
they've talked about it at Guardian Con, or you know,
Hmm.
Bungie has maybe made a statement on why they haven't explored that. But they've been coming out with so much other content that
Oh
like
no, I'm
I
not
don't think
like with the armory, the black market,
right.
even like with the Crucible stuff with
Iron Banner,
no Iron Banner. You know when you had the ranks in like Crucible,
right?
those are
Oh,
actually pretty cool.
Valorant, Glory
Yeah, the
ranks.
Valor ranks in part. Yeah, I do like those.
Yeah.
Um, but like I don't know. I just like it just came out of nowhere. I was like playing. I was like, oh, there's no like, oh, let me just check out New Monarchy or Future War Code, whatever I was on. And I was just like, oh, this is what I can't talk to you. Why not? Or doesn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I have to go to you now when I'm on my. And it became like a task that like I didn't have to do anymore when I went to the tower.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like I act like the tower like I'm going to like the supermarket. Okay, I
They
need to
also
get this, and go to whatever I need to do.
yeah they changed it up for the faction rallies where like you wouldn't have a selection of
Mm-hmm.
weapons you could buy from them. It was just like you get faction, you know, what is it? Like tokens.
Ranks. Yeah,
The
to boost
tokens.
up your ranks, and then you get
Yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah. And then you would spend them on whatever rewards that were available. But
Hmm.
like every single weapon type wasn't available at the same faction rally, right?
Yeah.
So like certain faction rally would only have the sword available, or only have a scout rifle, or like a few select weapons out of the whole entire pool. So you had to be active during all of the faction rallies to get all of the weapons that you wanted.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, there's there's plenty of other content, so I'm not hugely upset about it. But
No, no, I'm not. I just
and
like
they may
wow.
even bring it back.
Yeah, no, I can see that. It's just more like a curiosity. And it sounds like what happened.
Yeah, I want them to bring back like strike specific loot. And I know some people are gonna say like, oh, they already have it. You know, it still exists in D2, but it's not as prevalent. I don't think.
No, like you had to do it constantly. Um, or remember that what was that one sniper that we had to do? It was like not like daily heroics, but it was like a once a week thing. Like if you did this heroic weekly, I think it was the you know that sniper that we got not Black Widow. I think Black Widow
Um,
that you had to do that one raid.
yeah, 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 yeah.
And you have to do
Not
it at
raid.
a certain not raid, strike or daily like whatever, like
Yeah.
at a
Well,
certain
you're talking
time.
about in
Like
Destiny 1 or Destiny 2?
I think Destiny 1. Yeah, it was Destiny 1.
So
Was it
yeah,
Destiny?
Destiny 1. Yeah, Destiny 1. There was there were specific weeks where, when this specific strike was the Nightfall, you
Hmm.
would go
Oh yeah, it was actually
different
the Nightfall.
path,
Yeah.
and then you would have 10 minutes or 15 minutes to
Hmm.
complete that strike. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
that was annoying.
Yeah, it
Great
was
when
annoying,
you
but
when
worth
you
it.
no,
Worth it.
definitely worth it. No,
Back-
they definitely made the incentive good enough to like if you did this, fantastic.
Yeah,
But
but it's for D2. It's not even like that important a weapon anymore. In fact, the weapons that do the most damage now in raids are, believe it or not, grenade launchers like the Prospector, or I mean
grenade launchers are
the
so
that linear
hit or
fusion
miss.
rifle.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That
Like
one's
those guns.
not bad for doing damage on bosses and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. What else? There's a grenade launcher, a legendary grenade launcher that came out with Iron Banner called Swarm of the Raven, and a lot of people, or one of
If you
the
get that.
main YouTubers was saying, well, yeah, that was one of the best grenade launchers for PvE because they had decent impact, high velocity, and the most importantly, they had a perk called spike grenades. So they deal significantly more damage on direct impact, right? So you just
But
melt a boss with that shit.
did it
Huh?
bounce?
No, it doesn't bounce.
I'm just saying, like it's like a sticky grenade,
Not a
or
sticky.
like the moment it
Like,
hits
hit
someone,
something, it blow.
like
Yeah,
you could just shoot it on the ground. It'd be like those grenade launchers like bounce. I hate those.
yeah, those are terrible. Unless you're like trying to have one that's like a blinding grenade or a concussion
Mm-hmm.
grenade. Yeah, but
Um,
because like what's cool about blinding grenades and concussion grenades, like you can bank it off a wall, right, like a corner, and just
mhm.
mess somebody up with that.
Exactly. No, but like I like the one that like from impact just blows up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, and of course when you're up against a boss, then yeah, that's what you want to be using.
Mm-hmm.
But what was nice about Swarm of the Raven is that since it's a legendary, you could stack a mod on it, and if you stack the boss mod on it, you do extra damage to bosses.
Oh,
That's why it was so
okay.
powerful.
Gotcha.
One of the reasons it was so powerful.
Your favorite gun from primary, secondary, energy and power.
Are
Which
we
one it
talking
had to
about
be? Like
D1
basically,
and D2?
no. Just if you had to pick from all the guns that you have played with, what is your best 1, 2, 3 in that order? But not like 1, 2, 3 of primary, 1, 2, 3. Just primary, energy, and power. Like mine
Um,
was mine was Meta, Euroglyph, and Euroglyph and Galahorn. Like all time favorite guns.
um, yeah, I remember Uriel's. I'm trying to look for. Okay, yeah. Favorite gun of all time, Fatebringer.
Mm.
Um, the legendary hand cannon that you would get from the Vault of Glass raid in
Yes.
D1. Yeah, like one of my favorite weapons, for sure. So primary would be that Fatebringer,
Okay.
and uh, secondary. Secondary icebreaker, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember.
No, I
That.
remember that. Yes.
Yeah. It was that auto reloading sniper. Yeah.
Definitely if you have precision hits.
Yeah. Lots of fun. And then heavy. Heavy, I have a very difficult time with choosing, but. Well, I'm trying to because the first two I picked are from D1, right?
All right.
Trying to pick one from D2. But...
You don't have to. If all the guns are D1, they're D1. Though offense, they made a lot better guns. I felt like.
Well, I actually already picked an exotic for secondary, so I want to pick a legendary for the last one. But I have this rocket launcher now that I actually really do like.
Mm-hmm.
Roar of the Bear. It has like max blast impact, but low velocity. But that's what I want because it has tracking.
Okay.
So like it'll have like if it's too fast, like Trust. I mean, Trust has proximity, right? So it'll just blow up next to something. But if it's too fast, it'll just zoom past somebody and it might miss them, right? But because it has that low velocity, it's just like, I'm gonna get you. And it has really high blast radius, right? So I really
like 10 years later.
Yeah. Well, that's actually what happened to me in a match, which is really funny. The same match I was telling you about that I was using the scout rifle. I got the heavy, and I jumped up, and there were two guys on a ridge, and I just shot the rocket, and I went in a corner, and I was running back to home base, and as I was running, I see the kill count. I got 2 kills in one shot because it was tracking them, right? And I'm sure they ran because they probably saw the rocket coming after them. But it was just really, really satisfying. Like 2 years later. Dead.
Double kill. What? Hell.
When did this happen? Yeah, so that's been a fun heavy for me.
I wish they made and Crucible, like I know they do like a little bit like metal, but you know how Halo did the double kill, triple kill, kill, attack, like
They have that.
rampage. Yeah, but like you know the voice
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, now it's Shax.
Yeah,
Yeah, now it's Shax. He does it.
yeah.
He says some pretty loud, good call outs. And if you get like a we ran out of metal,
Hmm.
then he'll go crazy. He's just like, I've never seen such a spectacular display of might and whatever.
Yeah, but he
But
rants. I just want this. He rants. I don't like that. Like I don't care. I know I'm doing good. This won't happen
yeah,
again.
I remember one of my best kill streaks in D1 was like I had
Hmm.
I think I was a blade
Blade
dancer.
Runner.
Hunter, yeah, a blade dancer,
Oh,
and
Blade Dancer.
yeah, and I just like I went off right. I was like doom, 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 killed like maybe 5 guys in a row, but then after I finished off, I
You were
ran out
able
of
to
that
kill
super.
people.
The team spawned again, like right in front of me, and I had Thunderlord too because I had picked up the heavy like just
Oh,
before, so I just took out my Thunderlord, and they're all coming at me in a line because they all spawned
oh my
in
god.
that section. So it was just like dun,
You
dun,
just
dun, dun, dun,
you
and
just
the
got
kill feed is
lost.
just like kill, 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 kill. It was
Say
great.
hello
Yeah,
to
it
my
was like
little
a
friend.
yeah, exactly. It was like a 15 kill streak, and it was just so much fun to
Oh my
to
god.
get that satisfying.
Then the Lord, when they brought it back, I got happy about that one. That was a great gun. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Um. Okay, so like going to like with Destiny, right, and playing with all the strikes and the raids. Oh, actually, favorite raid because you have a little bit more experience with the raids than I do. I have a little bit less patience with people. But which one is your favorite raid? Because you
I
have played
think
majority.
I think maybe we had the same amount of patience for people, but I was just so determined to complete these damn raids. I was like,
Mhm.
I want the gear, I want the weapons,
Yeah, I didn't care about the raid
but
gear as much, unless it was like a
not
really
even not even the gear, unless it was really cool. Like,
yeah.
and I played the raid a bunch of times with people I knew. Like, I liked the Crota gear.
Mm.
That was the good raid gear. It looked nice. But like Leviathan, I don't know. I thought it was kind of ugly, especially on Titans. But hey, that's all personal preference.
Mm.
Um, what raid was my favorite? Hmm.
I did like both the glass.
I Yeah, I did really like Vault of
So
Glass.
even with the ending, what I really like, it was like very team based in the sense of like Alpha team and Bravo team, basically two sides, and you have to coordinate. It's constant coordination. I know raids, that's the whole point of it, but I felt like it wasn't like it was very simple with the basics. Like, okay, you have 3 guys go here. Okay, you got this. You're the
You're
person
talking
like
about
that.
the end when you fight Atheon?
Yes,
Okay, okay.
and you have
Yeah.
to go to like the Venus or Mars.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
yeah. People got randomly teleported and all that
yeah,
stuff.
exactly. And like everyone knew, okay, if you get teleported, you're the guy. If not, you're the guy. And it was just like basic rules, not like that. I feel like I'm just ranting about that part, but still, or I'm not knowing because I don't do
Sure you
other
could
raids.
I'm sure you could learn the current raids, just fine. But we
Yeah,
just need to be able to get a team together.
yeah. But like they don't interested in like the only thing if let's just say if I finish all the quests, which never would never happen, or all the bounties or whatever, but if I let's just say some perfect world that I do, if that was my only 2 quests, I'd be like shrug my shoulders.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't need
I
to do
think
it.
I think you can't get to that point unless you're like
Like,
really hardcore. Because there's always a
well,
lot to do.
just
And
in a
that's not a
perfect
bad
world.
thing. It's a
In
good
a
thing
perfect world, I'm
to
just
have a lot
saying
of
like if
content.
that can happen, then yeah.
The
Uh,
reason why I did Leviathan was, and because it's an older raid, so like I don't care about the gear, but
hmm,
there's a hand cannon, Midnight Coup primary, and it has Outlaw Kill Clip, and or sorry, I think it's Outlaw Rampage, um, one of the two.
okay,
Um,
go on. But what does it do?
but well, okay, so Outlaw, as I'm sure you know, it's like if you get a precision kill, your reload speed increases like a lot. So it's just like, and you have your
Mm-hmm.
bullets
Mm-hmm.
back in. And then Rampage, you can stack that. Okay, yeah, it's Rampage. You can stack it up to 3 times to increase the amount of damage that your gun's doing. So it's really good in PvE setting because you
You
just
kill a
get
couple
kills off
yeah.
Thrall, kill a couple small guys, and you got a nice damage buff for a bit. And that's why it's a good PvE weapon.
Okay.
And generally, it's got good range, and a lot of people like it as a gun. So that's why I was trying to get it.
Okay. I like it. And how can you get that gun? You
The
know?
Leviathan raid.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you have to do the Leviathan raid. But I also have a hand cannon from the Black Armory. In the Black Armory, you can do those with 3 people. It's not like a raid activity. If you get the Kindled Orchid, which is their hand cannon, you can get Outlaw Rampage on it.
Okay.
But it's also the only hand cannon in the game right now that you can drop with Rampage and Kill Clip. Right. So if you're in Crucible and you have an Outlaw, or if you have a Rampage, Kill Clip, Kindled Orchid, it's kind of hilarious how much damage you do. Like if you get a kill and you just reload, you have a lot of damage. Like you could instantly 2-tap people if you have a stack of Rampage in the Kill Clip. But if you got triple Rampage and the Kill Clip, like you'd probably be able to one-shot headshot people. So.
All right. So basically OP'd that if you had this gun.
But you have to be able to get,
of course,
get it off. So,
yeah. But you're basically saying that there is a way to be incredible in that match.
Oh, broken. Yeah. And I have a sniper rifle from Black Armory, which is called the Tatari Gaze, and that also comes with kill clip. So if I get a kill with that sniper and then I reload it, that kill clip will actually let me body shot somebody, and just instantly kill.
You don't have to get the headshot. Okay, that's another.
Yeah.
See those
That's
snipers. Those snipers are game changers. When you go body shot someone and kill them with a body shot one time.
Yeah.
Game changer, because you like the accuracy. You can just drop it just a tad because you don't have to get the headshots anymore.
Yeah. And then I haven't tried this and I haven't been very successful with it just because I haven't used the gun in Crucible a lot.
Yeah.
But I think theoretically you could have kill clip on it active, get a body shot, wait for the kill clip to disappear, reload the gun, and then activate kill clip on that reload. So then you could just perpetuate the body shot massacre.
God damn. Okay. Well, I'm trying to think. What else? One just a simple thing. Out of all the enemies that we have versed, like not like just like a single guy, because I
mean like races.
Races, yes. Which ones is the best one?
The best one? Like the most fun to fight?
Most fun to fight, one, and the easiest to kill.
Hive.
I feel like Hive was the easiest.
Yeah, because their crit spots are actually not that hard to hit. Yeah, I feel like I have a little easy time fighting the Hive.
Yeah, I think the best one I could think of is the Cabal.
The best one to fight?
Like best one, like the
most
more fun. Yeah, more fun.
Okay.
Cabal.
Yeah.
Just because it's like one, they look like how they look too.
Okay.
Basically, look like freaking turtles.
Yeah, the big ones do.
The big ones, yeah. And I think like how just like they're more strategic than the other ones. I felt like. Like the Fallen, if the captains, yeah, but like legitimate, like they're grunts, like even the Fions.
Yeah, they're just like the pirates.
Yeah, like Fallens, like I felt like they were like pirates. The Hives are abominations. Taken was just abominations, ghosts of abominations, and then like the Cabal was actually more like militarized enemies.
I didn't like fighting Vex, but I always thought they were an interesting enemy.
Yes, me too.
Like the stories behind the Vault of Glass, the stories behind a lot of the Vex mines. Like trying to predict the future and make all these calculations about like how to ensure that the Vex win.
The backstory, yeah. I love how they have like 7 Cabals have like 7 ways, like they'll say like 7 ways of going forward, but none to go back to retreat.
Right. Yeah. I remember that.
So you're saying they're stubborn?
Pretty much, yeah.
They're stubborn. They don't admit defeat. It's like, okay, good for them. So, ugh, I don't know. All right.
I thought the Red Legion, with
Mm,
the first season of Destiny
yeah.
2. I hadn't realized this, but I started watching a documentary called Rome, and it was about the Roman Empire, and I was like, holy shit! Like the Red Legion itself, Dominus Gaul, like Gaul was the name of the region to the north of Rome, where
Hmm.
the Germanic tribes were raiding into
Yeah.
the Roman Empire. I was like, this is just the Red Legion is just Rome, right?
Hmm. Well, it's like I think they did a lot of Easter egg with that,
Yeah, yeah, which
but
was
like
cool.
I, don't know. I really did like that. Like with the Red Legions, I don't know that I could just not talk about for days, but I do really enjoy that how they made them and how they were. They were just fun enemies to demolish.
Yeah,
Hmm. Hmm.
the Scorn are interesting because I think they're if I'm remembering this correctly, I think they're one of the only races that have a crit spot that like isn't near their head or their chest,
Yeah,
right? That they have the fire like hurlers or
like
whatever.
the lanterns that
Yeah,
they
the
use.
lantern
Like
dudes.
that. If
Like
you shoot
the
that,
lantern
that.
blow them up.
Hmm.
That's cool.
I
The
hate
aim
the
assistance is not
the
that good.
scabs.
Oh, the screebs.
Yeah,
The screebs.
no,
Yeah,
they're annoying. Just
they're not
because they
fun.
go under, and
They go
those
under.
like
Well, they also jump. You know,
yeah,
like you can jump over curse thrall, but a screeb will hop at you.
you gotta jump even higher. Like I gotta use your triple jump on.
Yeah, and since I play PvP more often now, I have like strafe jump instead
Hmm.
of or strafe lift instead of catapult lift or
Hmm.
high lift.
But yeah. As anything else you want to talk about? Because I'm pretty much set.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of looking forward to Shadowkeep. Like if it's really good and I feel like people are gonna play it, maybe I'll buy it. But I don't think
Okay.
I'm gonna buy it on release.
I think no, me either. I think it's like, hey, and like if you said like, hey, Angela, like get it, so we play together, I'd be like, okay.
Right, right. Yeah.
Um, and then we'll go from there. But besides that, not really. It's not because I don't like the game anymore. It's just like it's a lot of time to put into it, and I'd
Yeah,
rather put
it
in the
is.
time with someone else and or other people. We get a group of people, easy, no second thoughts.
Yeah,
Me and you, like the moment you said like yeah, same thing.
yeah.
Because
It's
I'm
we're in different points of our lives right now than we were when
but
we had Destiny 1.
but I wouldn't mind getting PlayStation 5, like sell all my stuff that I have, like in the sense of like the Switch, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One, and just sell all the games that I have, and then get PlayStation 5, and that's it. And then I won't have to
You'd have to
go and get.
transfer all your FIFA games.
Well, FIFA, they make new FIFAs every year,
Yeah, every year. Yeah.
so I really don't care about that. But like other games I'm gonna get, but like I'll probably like I won't buy as much games. It'll be like one or two more games, and that's it a year.
Yeah. That's also another nice thing about Destiny is like because it's such a time-consuming game and lifestyle game. Like you can just play that. You don't
Hmm.
have to play any other games. And that's not to say that you shouldn't play other games, but
No, it's just
I really enjoyed Destiny as a game.
exactly Destiny and FIFA. Those two games like I could play for days. I wouldn't mind getting other games if I could play with people. Like NHL, was actually thinking about it. If people get it, I'll play it.
Hunter.
Monster Hunter, I only got it because of you, and like, and then I actually started playing like with Aiden, David, and all those
Indeed.
crowds. But I felt like by myself, I wasn't good enough to be by myself, so I had to
Yeah.
play with other people and rely on other people and be like, "Hey, I need help. Okay, I can't kill this monster."
Right. Right.
So,
Yeah.
um,
That's
but yeah,
also a
no,
nice stuff.
I know we're gonna revisit this topic, and
We are.
I know you want on like this topic on Destiny. I know you want to talk about the history and the lore of
Yeah,
Destiny.
I'm gonna do that, and
Um,
there's gonna be updates, of course, about the game coming up. So
exactly. I think we should hit this up later on in the future and future episodes.
yeah, yeah.
Um, and then yeah, I think next week we'll talk about brewing, the process of making like beer, wine, um, distill how people do it more in
Yeah.
that sense.
New
But yeah,
content.
the content of it and little basic fun facts about it if everyone wants to go into brewing something that you need.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure some of our listeners would be interested in
Exactly.
creating their own beers or
Hmm.
crafting some sort of spirit. But
Exactly. Yeah. No.
because a lot of people in the U.S., it's a huge industry.
Hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. But going back. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for listening to Train Brains on the
Yeah.
Destiny episode.
Thanks for
I
being here with
felt
us.
yeah. Stay tuned for next week, and we go from there. Yeah.
And we'll be back. We'll be back on this.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Take care, guys.